Welcome to the Crazy Cool Family Podcast with Don and Suzanne Manning.
A podcast where we share with you great insights about everything family from over 30 years of parenting 7 kids and over a decade of equipping parents through our Crazy Cool Family ministry.
So let us inspire and equip you to build your best family.
Hey Crazy Cool Families, we're so excited to bring back one of our favorite holiday series just in time for Thanksgiving. It's called 2 Ingredients for the Best Thanksgiving Week. This 2-part series was originally episodes 143 and 144, but now it's episodes 322 and 323. In part 1, we'll share the first ingredient that can completely change the way your family experiences Thanksgiving. In this episode, you'll hear about why Thanksgiving often feels stressful and how to flip it into peace and joy. What the first ingredient for the best Thanksgiving is, which is awareness. Also, you'll hear about how awareness helps you notice needs, love people better, and invite God into the moment. And lastly, we'll share practical ways to lead your family towards joy, not chaos, during this holiday. Let's listen together.
Hello, and it is Thanksgiving. It is November.
I love November.
Why do you love November?
Well, I love Thanksgiving.
Hey, by the way, we're on the Crazy Cool Family podcast before we start talking about November.
We're talking to all you amazing people out there that want to talk about loving November and Thanksgiving.
Why do you love November first?
Oh, why do I love November 1st? Because the weather's changing, the leaves are changing. I just love the transition of the seasons.
Yeah.
I just think it's amazing.
Yeah, we're starting to see some color out in the leaves and the trees.
And I love it because it's actually the color of dying, which I think is really cool that God made the leaves turn colors as they die, so it's not so sad that they're dying.
There you go. Yeah, well, I love Thanksgiving because... And
why?
Well, I'm going to tell you why. The reason I love Thanksgiving, there's many reasons, but one of them is that we
don't have to cook.
Well, that's maybe true, but that's the story of my life all year round. So, but the reason I love Thanksgiving, if you'll let me finish, is I just love it that the family comes over, but you don't have the pressure of presents. Mm-hmm. Usually families over for a longer period of time. A lot of times the kids are out, for the entire week. There's just there's a slowness to it. You get through Thursday and Friday, but then there's Saturday and Sunday still.
Right.
There's the weekends there. It's almost like this bonus, you're there. And so it just seems like Thanksgiving's a little bit slower. But for many families,
what about me? Are you going to ask me what I love about Thanksgiving?
Okay, yes. Before we move on, what do you like about Thanksgiving?
Let's talk about me for a minute. So I love the food. I love all of it. I mean, we really don't eat turkey and stuffing. We don't eat it any other time of the year but Thanksgiving. We don't eat it for Christmas. The cranberry sauce. I like the combination of the stuffing and the turkey and the cranberry sauce, but I don't want to just answer that and just be shallow in just the food part. What I really, really love is...
You want to be more than a foodie?
I want to be more than a foodie, yeah. I like that it's Thanksgiving, that it's a holiday based around gratefulness, that's the whole goal of it. And I love after we've consumed the meal and we're stuffed and we're completely satisfied, that's the conversation I love after that. What's God doing in your life? What are you thankful for? What has been great this year? What have you enjoyed since last Thanksgiving? And so that's the part I love. And that's the part that I hope for you as well as you think about Thanksgiving as you're heading into it. What do you love about Thanksgiving? What's your focus? What do you want to do with Thanksgiving this year?
And I think that there's a lot of families, a lot of parents out there. Maybe you grew up with this, but and maybe that's in your house right now where Thanksgiving is not a peaceful time. There is
anytime the family gets together, it's stressful.
It's chaos. I mean, there's arguing. There may be arguing between siblings. It may be parents. You may be having marriage issues, and so when everybody comes together, it's kind of like coming together during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Everybody said, "Oh my goodness, everybody's home," and the stress levels went up.
Right.
When we had during the pandemic season, a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a lot of things happening. So, or even if you're
Or maybe you're traveling and that's stressful. Or
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
being with extended family is stressful.
Or maybe
kids
yours is
home from
just-
school all week. I mean, there's so many different things that are thrown into that mixing pot. That
or
make
maybe
it
yours is
stressful.
just average. Maybe it's just everybody kind of, there's not really a lot of fun, but nobody's really arguing. Wherever level you're at,
Yeah.
whatever level you're at, we think that this podcast and the next one are going to help you elevate your Thanksgiving game.
Yeah, we wanted how to have the best Thanksgiving you've ever had with your family. That's
Yeah.
what we want to talk about.
Yep, whatever your Thanksgiving game is right now, wherever your way you dribble in Thanksgiving, whatever the way you shoot, we're going to elevate your game.
Yeah.
We're going to help you, give you some tools, so we got one word this week. We're gonna make it so easy. It's
So
kinda,
easy,
yeah.
so that you can be running these words through your head
Yeah.
throughout the whole season, I
Yeah.
would say the whole holiday
Yeah.
season. Actually,
Yeah.
you can go ahead and extend it all
Yeah.
the way into Christmas.
Yeah, we're going to elevate your Christmas game. We're going to elevate your Christmas party game, whatever it is. But 2 words, and we're going to give you one this week, and then we're going to give you another next week.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Suzanne, tell them what the word is for this week,
Okay,
not next week's.
Right. Yeah, I'll try not to slip and say next week. So this week, what I think that would be valuable to take our Thanksgiving to the next level is to bring awareness to your event, to your feast, to your meal, to your family, to bring awareness to that. So
Yeah,
what do we mean by that?
Well, I think that parents might be saying, or listeners might be saying, awareness of all the things. I mean, this is gratefulness, or, why would you say awareness? Well, just look at the definition of awareness. It's about being informed, alert, knowledgeable, and even you put the word sophisticated in here. I didn't put that in there. Why'd you put the word sophisticated?
Well, because I actually looked up the definition.
Yeah, but why would you say awareness is being sophisticated?
So
That's an
why
interesting
do
term.
you think that they defined the word
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
sophisticated, and why did I include it? Yeah, that's true.
Because there's lots of definitions you can include.
Yeah, no, I love it. I'm glad you brought that out, because I believe that awareness is next level. And sophisticated is next level. I think a lot of people go through, and this is a whole nother topic, but go through life kind of heavy laden and burdened and bogged down with what's happening, whether it was from the past or they're worrying about the future, or maybe they're just got too much going on in the present that they're not aware. They're not paying attention to what's happening right in front of them right now. They're literally distracted by other minutes, whether
And so
future
really
or
what you're
past.
saying is the sophisticated person might see things in their sophistication that other people wouldn't see because they don't understand at the level that they need to. Is that good? Is that a good way to say it?
Exactly. Like when I'll call myself sophisticated for just a minute in
You
this
are
situation.
so sophisticated.
But I will drive into the house and I will assess what cars are here and who's home. And so, Maddox is parked here, so he's probably home. I can assume that. And McCade's at school. And so I can assess where everybody is. Or let's say Macy's car's parked, or Macy's home from work, or whatever that is. And so I'm aware, paying attention. There's the dog right there. There's the cat. And so I'm usually aware of what's going on and who's in my house.
So in terms of that, I am unsophisticated.
Just had a rough week.
Yeah, I come in and she's like, "Is Maddox here?" I don't know. Where's the dog? I don't know.
Well, and then the last few days, he's like, "Where are you?" I'm in the bedroom right next to
she
our
hides.
bedroom.
She
He's
hides
like,
in the
"Well, what are
house."
you doing in there? I don't think about you being in there.
Yeah, I just walked right past because that's not where she's supposed to be. It's like the guest bedroom. She's not a guest. She's a regular person.
I have a desk set up in there. But what's so funny is that if you were to walk by a room, you would sense somebody was in there. So therefore, you would look and go, "Oh, there's somebody in there." But Don is very focused.
I am unsophisticated is what I am. I am in that word.
But so how do we take this? I love this. How do we take this awareness, this higher level, this sophistication, and apply it to the event of Thanksgiving?
Well, and I think there's another, I want to flip it before we go to that, because there's another part of awareness, I think, that some people that notice everything, it makes them annoyed. And so
especially if it's not done right.
Yeah, I mean, so therefore,
This
lot of
smells
times,
bad. This looks
so when we
bad.
talk about awareness, you can be aware of things, but it can also lead to a lot of irritation because things aren't done right, or
Oh,
people
that's
aren't doing what
good.
you're doing. And so,
That's good.
so as we talk about awareness, we're going to talk about it in terms of how to make awareness a good thing.
Yeah.
And what do you do? What do you need to be aware of so that you can be aware of where God is and you can step into those things that He's in? And that's what I think of. That's the reason I ask about sophisticated, knowledgeable, informed. I think about awareness being, I'm stepping into where God is showing me to step.
Mm-hmm.
And so that walking into situations where,
Love that.
wow, where is God in this? And
Yes.
so, that's where some things, so like what would Jesus do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And so it just makes me think about the time that he was at the wedding with his mom. It was before he had done any miracles, and he hadn't stepped into the game yet. And
Right.
so he was waiting to have the okay by God to step in the game.
Yep.
And the mom says, "We need you to make some wine. This is bad that they don't have what they need." And I just love that, because Jesus was at this event. He wasn't hosting the event. He wasn't in charge, just like a lot of us as we step into people's homes over
Right.
Thanksgiving. And there you see the host freaking out. Chaotic. What did Jesus do? He stepped in and he solved a problem. He brought peace. He fixed it. He made it better. He made it beyond better. The wine that
He
he
upped
made,
his wedding game.
yeah, he did. He did. He made the wine that he created was better
Right.
than the wine that was being served initially. And so that's what I just want us to imagine and think about. Okay, when you walk into the room, what would Jesus do in this situation?
How do you bring he brought his presence
Yes.
into that way with his power,
Yes.
and he changed the environment of the wedding, right?
Yes.
And so think about that. Because now it helped that his mama was aware of what was going on. And so unlike Jesus was probably over there just hanging out with his buds, and his mama comes over, and that happens sometimes. Guys especially, your wife may come to you and go, "Hey, it would be good if you did this."
Like go having
And
a
so,
conversation with
yeah.
or go engage with. Do you see Uncle Al over there sitting on the couch? Nobody's talked to him for an hour. Would you go have a conversation with him?
And instead of your conversation being, "It's the second quarter of the Cowboy game, leave me alone," and maybe wives, you
Uncle
are
Al's
sensitive.
boring.
Yeah. And so, but those are the type of things that, what can you do to bring your presence into a room and change the atmosphere? One of the things that is just being aware of what she's saying about Uncle Al, pay attention to those people around you. Some practical ways to do that. One is just to pay attention to those around you, and maybe even ask them questions about their. I was just this weekend with a guy, and he gave me an acronym, and it was called FORM, and he said FORM helps you ask any questions to anybody.
Oh,
and
that's
it was,
good.
and the 4 deals for FORM is family.
So ask about family.
Family, occupation, recreation, and money. So family, and he said that you can start a conversation with anybody. "Hey, how's your family doing?"
Okay.
Hey, what do you do again?
what's your-
If it's maybe if it's a student, how, what's going on with school,
Okay.
whatever, recreation. What do you do for fun? How do you? And he just said, if you walk.
And then
through-
how much money do you
yeah,
have?
Well, or it's what do you like to spend your money on, or what do you do? What do you do with money, or or
How much money's in your bank account? What's
That's
your
right.
credit
What's
card
your net
bill?
worth? Yeah. Do you have
no, that's not what we're
can I
talking
Can I
about.
see your personal financial statement? It's no, but just he
No,
said
that's good. That's good.
So just starting conversations with people, and then don't talk about yourself. Talk about them and ask questions about them. I mean, maybe what if your goal would be that when you have a conversation with somebody, that they would be thrilled with the conversation, but they really don't know a lot about you, because you have talked about them. And you get into all these situations in family. You may see a kid coming home from college,
Right.
Or you may see, or maybe your in-laws or whatever. And it's amazing what happens when you just get people talking about themselves. And
Well, I think that it goes back to that sophisticated, that next level. People feel seen, known, loved, heard
Right.
when the conversation's about them.
Yep.
And so if you're drawing them out, you're aware and you're drawing them out to talk about themselves, then they're going to walk away feeling good from that Thanksgiving event.
Even if someone's busy and because the next thing might be just to be aware of task.
Help.
That
Yeah.
just come in and do things. But as you're doing it, engage with people, and talk to them and say, as you're in the kitchen, hey, how's your life? Or, what's going on? Tell me about your, asking parents about their kids, or whatever that conversation is going to be.
Yeah, so that goes to helping. Like that was the next thing that you talked about. That is one of my favorite things, that when the daughters and the son-in-laws come into the house and they see the trash is overflowing, so they take it out, or they go, some of them call me Mrs. Manning, some of them call me Suze, hey, can I do that part? Can I finish that? And hey, Mom, can I do the salad? And so that is so beneficial to me. I'm an acts of service person, so I love to be helped as well. But if you're just aware of the needs of what's going on, like Don, at Thanksgiving time for sure, but usually other holidays as well, he's aware that the sink starts getting filled up with dishes. And so he just kind of slowly goes over there and washes a dish or two, or loads the dishwasher and just makes it happen. Doesn't even, say, okay, I'm doing the dishes now, it just makes it happen. And so that's a beautiful place to serve and to love and to be aware of the situation.
Just so often, I think in holidays, we think it's time for us to relax. And there is times to relax, and that's good. But also, what if you're a little bit more intentional with your time? Maybe, so often we stay up too late, and we are tired,
yes,
and we're overcoming some things. But remember, you only get these holidays are precious. They really are, and you will, you want to look. It's like vacations. You don't want to go into a vacation tired and grouchy and not being intentional, because you look back on the vacation and you go, well, all we did was fight.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really enjoy time together. Or you look back on a vacation and you go, that was cool. Mm-hmm. We hung out together. We had a great car trip together, whatever. Mm-hmm. Let's make our holidays like that too. And we do that by being intentional. We get up and we say, okay, what is it? I'm aware. I'm going to see what's going on. And, maybe it's playing with the 3-year-old.
Right.
See what's happening. Or it's, hey, let's be the fun dad, be the fun mom. I mean, you've got a choice. You can either be grouchy dad or you can be fun dad. Mm-hmm. And what do you want your kids to remember about Thanksgiving? Mm-hmm. Do you want them to remember grouchy dad? Dad was always on us and we never could do anything right. Do you want to remember mom that just was always stressed out to the hilt about all the food and everything that had to be done?
Burning the bread and the pie and all the things.
How do you want to be? Now, that's one of the things about being intentional is, how do you want to be remembered, not only next week after Thanksgiving, but those kind of memories last year's. No pressure.
Right, exactly. Well, and I just want to maybe give an idea. So is that morning before your feet hit the ground on Thanksgiving Day, just say, okay, God, this day's for you. I give it to you. I want to glorify you in everything I say and everything I do, with whoever I talk to, with any of my actions. I want to bring glory to you. So will you show me, open my eyes to where I can serve others best or love you best by serving others.
Jesus said, I'm sorry.
And I was just going to say, and God's faithful, and he's going to answer that. He's going to do that. And you're going to have the best day. It's going to be so much fun being God's hands and feet.
Yeah, Jesus said in John, he said, peace I give you. My peace I leave with you. So peace comes from God. Mm-hmm. And so when you ask God that morning, in all the chaos that's going to happen, in all the it's a different routine, everything's happening. Okay, God, I need your peace.
Yes.
And then you can then give peace. You got to have it before. So even though you wake up, you went to bed at 2 because you watched that movie, and that's good too. And then you wake up, but it's maybe very simple to say, God, I need your peace today. I need your insight, your vision to be able to be aware of things going on, so I can bring your peace and your love into the situation. So
it just goes back to even the wedding that Jesus, when he provided the wine, he brought peace. And so that's what we get to do.
Because they all passed out because they were drunk from the wedding.
Yeah, so bring wine. That's the bottom line. Whatever you do. No.
So
what we're just saying is how to have the best Thanksgiving with your family that you've ever had before. you when you walk in with awareness and you have a peaceful spirit about you,
Yeah.
then you're going to change the atmosphere.
Yeah, but in order to really have the best Thanksgiving, you have to have the second word that we're going to give next week.
All right. Yeah, definitely.
Because you only got half of the deal. So you're able
Yeah.
to have a halfway good Thanksgiving. But next week, we're going to give you the other word, and it's going to make your Thanksgiving game complete. So we'll be wanting you to come back for that next week. And in the meantime, we want you to have a really blessed November and really blessed holiday season, really blessed Thanksgiving. And we want you to be filled with God's peace as you go through it. And so in the meantime, go be crazy parents, crazycoolfamily.com.